Hello everyone and welcome to the next mini tutorial here on Ducttapestuff. In this mini tutorial I'm going to show you how to make duct tape woven credit card holders. So if you just watched my tutorial on how to make a duct tape woven wallet, you're going to recognize pretty much the exact same method. So without any further ado here, let's get started. The first thing you're going to do is cut out 4 strips of tape that are 3.5 inches long each, and that measurement is just slightly more than a credit card holder here. If you're probably familiar with the measurements by now. You're going to cut out 4 of those strips, 2 each in the color that you wish. For this one wallet here, obviously red and black is the scheme, so I cut out 2 strips of tape that were black and stuck those 2 together just like that, and 2 strips of tape that are red and stuck them together just like that. So once you've stuck together those 4 strips into these 2 pieces here, we're going to get started on our next step, which is cutting these and weaving them. So let's get started on that step right now. Alright, now to cut these pieces you're going to be doing it a little bit differently, a little bit different measurements than you did for the wallet here, because obviously you want those squares to be smaller on the woven credit card holder. For the black part here, the vertical cuts, I'd made each cut a 1/2 inch, so 1/2 inch here, 1/2 inch, and then all the way down the line. You can use a ruler to mark where you want the cuts to be, and then just meet with a pen, and then just eventually cut them out with a pair of scissors. And then for the red part here, I made the cuts a little more than half an inch horizontally here to make 3 even strips for the horizontal piece. So you have the vertical pieces and you have the horizontal pieces. So after you got those, we're going to start weaving the actual credit card holder. So stay tuned for that. So here we go, weaving our actual credit card holders here. I'm going to put the black here. I'm going to start that so it's just visible in the middle. So you're going to put that piece there, and then that piece up here. Exact same way that we did it in the wallet tutorial, if you happen to watch that. If not, I suggest you check it out. It's a really cool video, and it was requested for a long time. You're just going to turn it up just like this once you got that all lined up. And for this part here, you're just going to take a small little piece of tape. It doesn't matter how long it is, because this is just the width of the actual duct tape. So you just cut a strip that's, about 1/2 an inch, a little more than 1/2 an inch wide. You're going to cover up just a little bit of the side here, just overlap by just a little bit, just like we did on the wallet. Flip the whole thing over carefully, just like this. And once again, that middle piece is not stuck down yet, but it will be right now. We're just going to peel this back around the back here and stick it down. Okay, so we're going to flip this back over, and now we're just going to finish our weaves all the way to the end here, back and forth with these pieces here. So do that now. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like after you've thrown all those black pieces in here. And you'll notice that this last black piece sticks out just a little bit on the edge here. And if that happens to you, all you need to do is just take a pair of scissors, and you can just trim off that piece so that it goes right to the end there. So that's pretty much what you're going to do with that. Next thing you're going to do is just lay it down like this. We're going to seal up this side over here. So you're going to take another one of the just small pieces of tape and overlap it about the same part that you did up here, just by a little bit, just so you don't cover up a lot of the block pattern on there, which is really cool. Fold it around the back just like that, and now we just need to seal up the top and the bottom, and we will be done with this holder. So let's do that now. So for the tops and bottom here, I just cut out 2 pieces of tape that were actually I cut out 1 piece of tape that was 3.5 inches long, just like the whole credit card holder here, and just cut into smaller strips, just so I wasn't wasting a whole lot of tape. And you're just gonna throw it on this side just a little bit, just like you did on this side and this side here, and then fold it around the back just like that and stick it down. Next you're going to do is come to which would be the bottom over here, or the top. It's kind of the same thing now, but you're going to cover up just the rest of it on this side as well, and then flip the whole thing over and fold it back around just like that. So there you have your credit card holder. Next thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to put it into the wallet here. That part can get a little tricky, so we'll do that next. So now we're going to stick it in the actual wallet here. So you're going to take it, you're going to open up your wallet here. You'll notice that there's one already in here, and this will be the second one on here. So you're just going to line it up right here. And here comes the tricky part, because what you want to do is you want to be able to attach it here on the bottom, but when you wrap the tape around like you would on a normal wallet, you just wrap it around as far as you would go. With these, you actually have to pay attention to how much you wrap it over, because otherwise it's going to conflict with the checker pattern on the outside. So you notice I cut another strip of tape here that's 3.5 inches long, but it is much smaller than if I would just cut out a giant piece of tape. So you're going to apply this directly over that black part at the bottom here, so you're not overlapping any more on the blocks that are formed by the checker pattern. And then you're just going to very carefully attach it on the bottom here, flip the whole thing over, and then fold it back around so that this black part lines up with the black part on the actual wallet, so it doesn't cover up these blocks on this side. It's a little tricky, and if you come up with this part too long, you can just take it back off and then trim a little bit, and then you can stick it on again. So there we have that part there. The same thing applies for the side here. You want to take a much smaller piece of tape, stick it just up to the part where that black part ends, flip the whole thing over, and you want to make sure that this doesn't cover up the blocks on the side as well. So you can fold that in there. As you can see, it's just perfect. It's not going to cover up these at all. For the middle here, you just need one little part, and as you can tell, this is a really thick wallet. That happens with this the woven credit card holders in there, but as you can see, both those credit card holders are in there, and it's actually looking pretty fancy, I must say. So you got one credit card holder there now, and it's looking really cool, and you got one credit card holder over there. And of course, it's the whole woven, completely woven wallet, credit card holders, and the actual billfold itself. So that's how to make duct tape woven credit card holders. Hope you guys enjoy this mini tutorial, and I will see you guys next time. So take care, subscribe if you want to.